Welcome to Laundry Day on the Homestead. So today is laundry day. It's been getting a little bit backed up. Part of that is because Jag and I have been working on figuring out how we want to do laundry at our actual homestead site. For the past few months, we've been taking our laundry out to get it done, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. There's just a lot of driving, and then a lot of getting change for quarters and, oh, we forgot the soap and back and forth. So we really wanted to have something that we could use at home. So our solution is a little bit old-fashioned, but I've been using it all day today and it works pretty good. The kids actually enjoyed helping me out. I'm not going to say they were there the entire time because let's be honest, they're good for about half an hour and then they went off to go play. But the fact that they were interested and wanted to see what we were doing to get the laundry done and start to learn that skill is the first step. So let me show you what we've made. So you can start to see our setup behind me here. The reason that we're doing this a little bit the old-fashioned way is twofold. One is out of necessity. We don't have a well right now and we're working on our rainwater harvesting system, which will hopefully have an electrical component to it so we can have flowing water at some point in time. But for now, we're just hauling our water using a well share, which basically means someone else is letting us use their well to get water and then we haul it back to our homestead. As a side note, you might be wondering, why are you doing laundry now when it looks like it's about to rain? It's monsoon season out here in Arizona, so it sort of looks like this every afternoon, evening. Whether or not we'll actually get rained on right here on the homestead, according to my weather app, said it was about a 30% chance. So we're still gonna give this a shot. I'm also started work this week, so it's been a little hectic and this is kind of the time that I can film and get it edited in time to have it up on Monday. So excuse the wind, I hope you can't hear it, and hopefully we won't have rain on us. Okay, so the first reason we're doing laundry this way is out of necessity. The second reason we're doing laundry this way is because we're kind of in the middle of this process where we're figuring out our family philosophy, our family style and way of living. And doing laundry this way is actually very much a component to what we're trying to do. So part of this lifestyle is the belief that our bodies are meant to move, that we're meant to work hard, that we're meant to be outside, and doing laundry is a great way to incorporate exercise throughout your day while being productive. That's not to say that I don't enjoy going to the gym, because I do, and that kind of acts as another outlet for me to get some me time. However, the laundry's got to get done, right? So you might as well do it in a way that gets you outside and gets you moving. And we truly do believe that that's good for your body, obviously, but also your mind and even your spirit, because it's just a good thing to be outside and enjoy nature. It's really lovely out here this time of year. It gets hot during parts of the day, but other parts of the day it's like this, where it's nice and overcast and there's a heavy breeze. It's not too windy by any means. And then sometimes we get that wonderful desert rain, which is, desert rain is my favorite. It's such a gift. It smells so good and you can just feel the land and the animals and the people just soaking it up, you know? So I do enjoy this time of year, the end of summer, going into fall. We're still not quite fall yet, but we're in August officially, so a month away from fall. Anyways, enough talking. Let me show you the ins and outs of our new laundry system. Okay, so I do want to actually show you our setup here, do a little bit of explaining. So the way that we get the water into the basins is with this. It's almost empty right now, but we fill this with water. And then this is a hand pump. So this part just goes up and down, pumps the water through the tube, and we use it to fill up both sides. So that's pretty nifty. And then you can see over here we've got a 2-tub system. This one's for washing, this one's for rinsing. I've got my handy dandy scrub board right here that I found at an antique store, along with this cool wringer. So this is an old-fashioned wringer. They told me they thought this was maybe turn of the century item. It does still work. I've been using it all day. It's a little bit worse for the wear, but it's held up amazing, which really says something about the craftsmanship of that time. So this is a fun piece. Down here I have a 5-gallon bucket. This really just catches the extra water that drips off while it's being wrung out. The wringing is awesome because yes, it does get the water out, but it also gets a lot of the soap out. You know, out here in the desert, you really could hang stuff up sopping wet and it'd still be dry in 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So this is about the system. So let's actually wash some clothes and I'll fill you in a little bit more. Okay, so as far as soap goes, I've just been using Dr. Bronner's for now. A big part of why we're doing clothes this way is because we can really be careful about how much water we're using, but also when it's done, we can use this as gray water, which means water that has a little bit of soap in it, but we can use it to water our trees, and Dr. Bronner's is biodegradable, so it's safe for that. So today we're just gonna wash some shirts of mine and Jag's, some of my work scrubs, and I think I have one dress in here. I chose Dr. Bronner's because it's biodegradable, and that's important to us. When I was researching what's good for doing this kind of laundry, you know, there's a lot of older soaps that are non-toxic, but not necessarily biodegradable. So you'll see a lot of people using borax, sorry, that's Rebel, borax or washing soda, Castile soap, but things like borax have a higher salt content and plants don't really like that. So this water is actually a little bit warm because it's been sitting out a bit, and I just have it filled up to just above where the clothes are, a little bit less even, because I'm trying to conserve water. So I'm just using my muscles here to really agitate it, make sure everything gets wet and also soapy. I have the citrus one, so it smells really nice. I actually probably am gonna put a little more water just because this is a little bit of a bigger load. And since this is almost empty, I can just pour it in. There, that was maybe another gallon's worth. Okay, so we just really want to get it agitated in here. And nice and soaked. And then I'm actually going to leave it for about 20 minutes and go get a few things done. Okay. You're frustrated because it's not working anymore. All right, guys. So now we're going to use this guy. I can already tell some of just the sweat and dirt that's on these is coming off in the water. So we'll put a little bit more soap on the washboard. Hey, this is my first day doing this. If you guys have recommendations, put them in the comments. I'm not a professional. My big thing is just using a little elbow grease and then biodegradable soap. So if you have any recommendations along those lines, I'd love to hear it. But that's kind of like the one rule that I have to stick to. Biodegradable soap. So on this washboard, you just kind of get your clothes. So here's one of my scrub tops. So I put a little extra soap on here. You just start at one side and then scrunch it up and keep going. So this just kind of helps to make sure any stains or anything that needs to get out of the clothes gets out, including, what did I leave in here? My chapstick. I really like this chapstick. I got it from this cool shop that makes all their products with goat's milk. It's called Utter Delights, which is hilarious. So they make all their stuff out of goat's milk, and I really like it. Okay, so I'll keep doing this with the washboard, but as I go, I'll start. Do you want to help me with this part, Rowan? Come over. So we'll start putting it through the wringer. So go ahead. You just want to watch your fingers. Yep, you're good. And see, it works so well, huh? And as you can see, there's this little gap here, so the bucket's catching that water, and then it goes right into the rinse. Depending how dirty your clothes are, you could repeat this whole process again, which I did do for some of my kids' clothes earlier because they just needed an extra go. Oh, you found one of little brother's socks. I was looking for that earlier. Here, put it here. Go ahead and put it in here. That's so funny. Okay, do you want to help me a little bit more? So we're gonna go ahead and just knock this out, and I'll meet you on the other end. So now that we have soaped and wrung through and rinsed, basically what I did was the basin with the dirty soap water in it, I went and I poured that onto one of our mesquite trees, and now I'm putting the clothes back through to get some of the water out before I hang them. All right, well that's that with the washing, and now we just hang it to dry. I really enjoy hanging clothes up to dry. Even when I was little, I liked it. And there's just something about clothes being exposed to the sun and the fresh air that makes them feel way cleaner than when you put them in a dryer. And that's about it. That's what we're doing this week. That's our life update. Laundry. Might not seem like much, but it's really nice being able to do this at home instead of having to drive far to get it done. And I'm happy for the opportunity to get to teach my kids some life skills and just be outside on our land. So let us know what you think in the comments. Give us some tips, if you have any, about washing clothes like this. And yeah, we'll see you next week.